promise I made started to fade, started to fade. Great bangers, as we said earlier on.
Love it.
Great banger. Now our next guest wears many hats, from finding fame with one of the UK's biggest selling pop groups, Girls Aloud, to pursuing a successful solo career and taking to the West End, starring in a number of hit musicals. Kimberley Walsh is not short of some talent, I tell you.
Kimberley joins us now via Skype to tell us all about life in lockdown and what it's been like being part of the first of its kind, a socially distant musical. Good morning to you, Kimberley.
Good morning.
Can I just ask, I was just looking at you on Instagram, are you in the dining room that you painted over lockdown?
I am.
That's incredible. I was just looking at you. So tell me, this is a sizable dining room and you really did it all yourself?
I honestly did it all myself, and it's got all loads of detailed coving and paneling and stuff, so it really was a labour of love. But I love painting, so I was like, I need a project just to get me through, so this was it.
And how was lockdown for you, Kimberley, with you and the children at home?
Do you know what? Once I got my head around the fact that that was it, we were at home, that was us, it was actually okay. I was a bit worried when they first called it. Obviously the kids are used to being at school, nursery, constantly out and about at parks, farms, soft plays. So I was a bit worried, but they've done amazingly, actually. I've got obviously two boys and they're close in age, 2 years apart, so they kept each other really entertained, constantly building dens and trashing the house, but it kept them happy, kept them occupied.
And now, where are you at in the UK? Are they able to go to nursery? How much of old normality do you have back in your lives there?
So they just started back 2 weeks ago, both of them. Bobby's gone into year one, so he missed kind of half of his first year of school in reception, bless him. And Cole's gone back to nursery a couple of days. But they've really struggled, actually. They've really, really struggled to adapt going back, which, I wasn't expecting, bless them. But they're doing really well now. After the 2 weeks, they kind of got it. Okay, this is what's happening again. We've got to go to school. Because
that's the thing, it's a big adjustment after the summer holidays anyway, just going back in. But when they've had 6 months with mum and dad, I'm seeing it at my own house as well. How are you comforting them? How are you reassuring them that everything's going to be okay?
Yeah, exactly. As you said, 6 weeks is a long time. So 6 months is a huge ask to expect them to just go back into school every day, 9 till 3. I'm just trying to give them little goals to get through each day, things to look forward to when they come home. The small little bribery that you have to do as a mum. It seems to be working. He now gets a packed lunch on a Friday. That keeps him going till the end of the week. But I don't know, it's lovely to see them with their friends again, but I think they just loved being at home with us. As you said, they did. They loved it, having all their stuff, the freedom. So I think I have to take something from that as well, and I don't want to put too much pressure on them either, because they are just kids and they're going through a lot as it is. So yeah, just comforting them as best I can.
And Kimberley, normality returned for you somewhat, because you're in the only show that's playing on the West End, which finishes up this week in Sleepless.
Yeah, so we got locked down basically with Sleepless, the musical, in March. We were just about to open. We were in technical rehearsals when lockdown happened. So a very strange time to get locked down. And then in that whole sort of 6 month period, it was just constantly wondering, will we get to do the show again? Our producers are just incredible. They've just worked so hard to make this possible for us to get back on stage and do the show. And they achieved it. So we opened again at the end of August, and we closed in a week's time, which was the run that we had, because that was the only time that they had left, obviously, because of everything moving 6 months forward. And so we've done it. We've actually put on a fully fledged musical, all singing, all dancing, and we get tested for COVID every single day, which is why we're able to do the show without any social distancing measures on stage. And then in the auditorium, it's temperature checks, masks, social distancing, and it seems to be working really well.
But it must be very strange, though, is it not?
A little bit strange. I mean, you look out to a socially distanced audience, which, you know, by any other standards, you'd be like, oh gosh, the show's failing because it's not full. But actually, we're like, oh, half full is actually amazing for us. And you do get used to it. It's strange. The first few shows, looking out, you know, seeing all the gaps and people with masks, I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. And then it just becomes normal, and you can still hear them laughing. You know, you can still feel that they're with you and enjoying the show. And actually, at the end of the show, I think people's reactions are heightened even more because they've just been wanting to go out and see a show and be entertained again. So I think they're just so grateful for a bit of escapism.
That's what I was going to ask. Does it affect the atmosphere in the auditorium when it's 400 people as opposed to, you know, over 1,000? You don't dial it in, even though it's a reduced audience. You still give it everything you've got, I presume.
Absolutely. No, I think if anything, you give it more. You're just trying to build that connection with them, I guess, even more. I think sometimes it can make people a little bit more reserved, but as soon as a few people start getting into it and laughing loudly, it seems to have like a bit of a ripple effect. And as I said, you know that they've really enjoyed it at the end. We've had a lot of standing ovations and people crying and happy tears, hopefully. I think they're just happy to watch a show.
Kimberley, I just want to ask you, we've been listening to the Girls Aloud songs throughout the morning here, teasing the fact that you're coming on. And is that a lifetime ago for you? Because we were just saying, my God, you had some of the best hits ever in British music. They were just, as we were slagging, they were slagging me because I was saying they were bangers.
I'll take it. That's amazing. I'm really proud of everything that we achieved. It kind of feels like a lifetime ago, but then they're still played, like the songs are still played. Always surprises me when people still get really excited by songs when they come on. Like sometimes our dance captain puts them on in warm up and everybody gets really excited, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like people still want to hear those bangers still.
And tell us, you're dipping your toe back into the world of fashion. Can you tell us exactly what's happening with you today?
Yes. So I have got my third collection with Regatta Outdoors launching today, which is amazing. So this is like a long running partnership now, which is brilliant because I'm getting to work with them on designs and really kind of put my own stamp on all the coats, and also make sure that I kind of create things that are practical but look great too. You know, I'm a mum on the run the majority of the time. Like that's my life, in parks, woods, farms. So it could not be a more perfect partnership for me. But I'm really excited actually that it launches today.
Lovely stuff. Well, listen, we love having you on the show. Come back to us again, won't you, when you can?
I know. I'll be there with you guys next time. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Kimberley. Lovely to see you again.
And Tommy Bowe, you've never heard of him, but he sends his regards. He's our third wheel here in the show, and he just wanted to say...
Studio, I'll be there. See you then, Kimberley. Can't wait. Big fan.
Hi there.
Hello.
Oh, you're getting a kiss. Oh, Tommy, oh, there you go.
That's me. I'm off. Thank you very much. My day is made.
Kimberley Walsh has made Tommy Bowe's day. Thank you, Kimberley.
Oh, thank you. Oh, blushing Bowe. Oh, bless him.
I'm just here trying to read my book. You know what I mean? Like, trying to take it nice and easy. Not trying to act starstruck.